Добро пожаловать в разговорный клуб онлайн-школы английского языка Skyeng. Здесь наши ученики практикуют свои разговорные навыки. Если вы хотите изучать английский с нами, то запишитесь на пробное занятие, и мы вам в этом поможем. Ссылку вы видите на экране. Если вы уже являетесь нашим студентом, то всю информацию о разговорных клубах вы найдете в своем личном кабинете. Ну а теперь начинаем.
So, as far as you know, tonight we are going to talk about books. And I really hope that I will know you a little bit better, because you will share with me some experience. Maybe you will recommend me some good authors, and you will try to tell us why you think these books were so good. So I think we can start. So I will show you the presentation. Just give me a second.
Okay.
So. If you can see it, say yes. Nadezhda, can you see the presentation on the screen?
A little. Now I try to open it.
Okay, but can you see it on our screen?
Yes, I see it.
Yes. Okay, Ivan, can you see it as well?
Yes, of course.
Okay, that's brilliant. Nadezhda, I want to start with you. Here on the first slide, you can see some questions. Let's try to answer them.
Can you read it?
Yeah, you can read, and after that you can start telling us about yourself.
I just cannot read it. Could you read it for me?
Okay, sure, I will do it. So, tell me please, do you prefer fiction or non-fiction books?
I prefer non-fiction books.
Why do you like them?
Because non-fiction books contain more information, more truly information, and more information about other countries, about other people, about history, and I like this kind of books.
That's very good. So, what kind of books do you find most fascinating?
Fascinating. I consider the most fascinating books which is change my life, change my mention, my character, something this.
So you mean that books have such big power, yes, and they can influence your life so hard, so strongly.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah. Right.
Okay, that's good. And one more question to you. Where do you usually get books? Do you buy them? Do you read them online? Maybe you have a special e-book, electronic book where you can read some stuff.
There is some people in Russia whose name is Dmitry Bykov, and I hear his lesson.
Okay.
And when he advises some books, I always try to get them. Usually, I find them in the electronic libraries.
That's good. So, do you prefer such type of books, or it's only lectures?
I prefer books which is advised by Dmitry Bykov.
Okay, I understand you. Thank you very much for your answers. Ivan, the same to you.
Okay. First questions.
Ivan, can you stop for a second? Nadezhda, can you please switch off the microphone because we have some echo? Okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Ivan, let's continue.
Okay. Sometimes I want to say that sometimes I prefer the fiction books because I rest when I read these books. Sometimes, of course, I read the non-fiction books for study, for study purpose. For example, for learning something. And in this time, I prefer the non-fiction books. but I think if you want to rest, if you want to change something in your whole life, for example, you have a family and something like that, you need to change your words. And in this time, I prefer the fiction books.
Okay.
It is
I
my
see.
answer on the first question.
Very good. Let's go to the second one.
What kind of books do you find most fascinating? Of course, it is book there that learning to use something, and when
Sorry, not learning, but teaching you something.
teaching,
Yeah?
yes, teaching, of course, teaching you something, and books that and books when you read, you rest from your life, I think.
Okay. One question to you. Nadezhda said that books can really change your life, your maybe mentality, the way you see this world. Do you agree with that?
Sometimes, yes, of course. Good books can change your can change your mention and can change your priority in life, I think.
Yeah. For example, that's very good.
Yes, and sometimes you made to think about what you read and try to change something in your life.
Okay, that's brilliant.
Okay, next, where do you usually get books? Usually I get books in internet, of course, because I don't like paper books, because when you read, when you have read the books, you need to store books in your maybe one moment.
You want to say bookcase?
Yes, bookcase. Yes, cupboard, for example.
Cupboard, yeah, that's good.
Yes. For example, if you have read the yearbooks, you don't need to store this book in your cupboard, and this book don't need the place for store.
Okay, when you say cupboard, it's for kitchen usually. Yeah, when we speak about books, it's bookcase.
Bookcase. Okay, thank you.
Okay, brilliant. And tell me, please, what is more pleasant for you, to hold a real paper book or to read an e-book? What is more pleasant to you?
More pleasant yearbook, because, for example, I save in my iPad near the 10, 20 books in one time. If I want more, I can copy much more. For example, if I am going to vacation. If you want to get in vacation 20 papers book, you need to big bag.
Yeah, yes, I agree with you. Very good. Okay, guys, we continue. Now it's a new slide, and before we start discussing, we need to revise some vocabulary. So we can see some phrases here, and in every phrase you need to choose the correct variant. Nadezhda, can you start, please?
Okay. The front cover attracted my attention.
Yes, that's right. Very good. Can you remember such a book where the front cover attracted your attention?
Well, in summer I often buy the local law books. And when I see some attractive cover, I always buy this book about Roman, about Crimea, about other parts of Crimea.
I see. Very good. Thank you very much. Ivan, next one is for you.
I read the second title, chapter.
So, which variant will you choose?
I read the second title, I think. Okay, I read the second chapter. I don't understand this phrase because if I read these books, I read every time I read the second chapter. Maybe this means the second title, for example, when you open the book and you read the first title, the name of this book, and maybe the second title is epigraph for this book. I don't mean what this. I don't understand what this means.
You mean title?
Yes, second title. What is
No, you need to choose. The only variant is correct, not the two of them.
Okay. I read the second chapter.
Yeah, chapter for sure. Very good. So, Ivan, can you remember a big book with many chapters that you have read?
Of course, War and Peace.
Yeah, War and Peace. Oh, you mean that you have read all the 4 volumes of that?
It is. I don't remember, but I think most part of this book.
Okay.
I try to read all book, but I don't remember all or part of this book. I think the most part of the book I have read.
That's wonderful. Brilliant. Thank you. Nadezhda, we continue. Next one is for you.
I was browsing a book in a bookshop.
Yes, you're absolutely right. So how often do you do that? Tell me, please. Like when you come and you go from one shelf to another one trying to find something really interesting and fascinating.
Not often, unfortunately, but sometimes I do this.
Does it help you to be in a good mood?
Yes, of course. I very like to, как сказать, листать.
To look through. Просматривать.
The book, to look at pictures, to read something. I very like it. Really.
I like it very much. Very good, thank you. Ivan, we continue.
The author.
Author
Was well written.
So you think it's well written?
Yes.
Why not well known?
I don't know. I think it was well written.
I will kindly ask you to translate this sentence into Russian. Can you do that?
Okay. Автор хороший писатель. Был хорошим писателем, наверное, нет?
Yes. If it was about писатель, it will be writer, not written. The meaning here, the Russian meaning, автор был широко известен.
Okay.
You see, so maybe you will change your variant.
Yes. If the author was well known, written.
Yes, that's right. Okay, and can you remember such an author who is really well known?
Yes. But I forget the name. But I think this much well written author is author of Harry Potter.
Yeah, you are right. So her name is J.K. Rowling.
Yes.
And
Right.
now she's extremely popular, and of course she's very rich, because
Yes.
you know that there are so many fans of this book. By the way, are you one of them? Do you like Harry Potter?
No. I think I am very old for this book.
Okay, come on. I don't think you are too old. I cannot see you, but I can hear that you are pretty young.
Not young as you think, I think.
Okay, I see, I get you. Thank you very much. Nadezhda, we continue with you.
Okay. The book looked very readable.
You're right. So, can you remember such a book?
I think that all the book of Daria Dontsova is very readable.
Yes, very readable. And one more question to you. Are you a big fan of this writer, of this author?
No, not of course. I'm not fan.
You are not a fan. Okay, but do you have such friends or maybe colleagues who like her books very much?
Но, к счастью, нет.
Fortunately, I don't have.
I have no.
Okay, I see, I get it. Thank you so much. Ivan, we continue?
Okay. I wanted the cheaper one, so I bought the paperback.
That's right. So, do you have a lot of paperback books at home?
No, I don't have a lot of paper book at home. If I have a paper book, I have a book for my work. For example, this is a teaching book, manual, or maybe specification, something.
Okay, I understand you. Thank you. And here's the next one is for you.
Okay. Juliet is the main character in the play Romeo and Juliet.
Yes, you're right. So, do you remember this play?
Yes, I remember.
Who was the writer? Who was the author?
The writer was Shakespeare.
Yes, that's right. Have you read a lot of his plays and different stories?
I think that I read more than half of William Shakespeare.
That's good. And can I say that Romeo and Juliet is your favorite play by Shakespeare?
Not exactly.
Okay. Anyway, thank you very much. Ivan, we continue?
Okay. The washing machine comes with a reference manual, of course.
So, which one will you choose?
Sorry, with a manual.
Manual, okay.
Yes.
So, tell me please, when you buy some, how to say, gadgets or devices for your house, like washing machine or maybe TV set, do you keep all these manuals?
Yes, of course.
And do you sometimes have to use them?
No,
No.
really seldom, but I keep the manual and of course the check from magazine, from shop.
From the shop. That's right. Thank you so much. Nadezhda, and the last one is for you?
Yes. The Great Gatsby was set in Long Island in the summer, but I cannot see the year.
So you can't see the end. Okay, 1 second, I will help you. In the summer, that's all. Okay, tell me please, have you read this wonderful work, The Great Gatsby?
Yes, I have read this wonderful book.
And have you seen the movie with Mr. DiCaprio?
No, I don't want to see the movie. I consider the book is much better than the movie.
Okay, interesting. Ivan, what do you think? Have you seen the movie?
Yes, I try to watch the Great Gatsby, but I have seen I think near the half of this film, and I have switching off.
Oh, well, why? What was your reason?
It is I don't remember, but it don't like for me.
You didn't like it?
You didn't like it, yes.
Okay. And usually, if we compare a book and a film based on the book, which is better, Ivan? Which is better for you?
For me, of course, it is book, but sometimes you need to compare the book and film, and it is very interesting. For example, I read first the Crossfather, and then I watched the film, and of course, book is much better than film, but it is interesting for me watching the person from these books and imagine this book in my mind.
Okay, that's good. One little remark for you. It's not Crossfather, it's Godfather.
Godfather, okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
Godfather. Very good. Okay, Nadezhda, the same question to you. What is better, a book or a film based on the book?
I think that a book much better than the film.
Why do you think so?
Because sometimes the film is made more, как сказать, поверхностно, more easy,
Yes,
more
it doesn't go deep. Да? Не идет внутрь. It doesn't go deep inside.
And often the editor, да, режиссер,
Yes.
Roughly changes the main characters, the plot, and it like that.
Sorry, what did you say?
And I don't like all the changes of the plot.
You don't like
yes.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. Guys, we continue. Now you can see some characteristics, descriptions of different books. You read the description and you need to understand if it's positive or negative. And of course, try to remember examples of the books with these descriptions. So, Nadezhda, can you be the first? Should I read it for you?
Okay, of course.
Okay.
I just finished reading a novel. I couldn't put it down.
So, is it positive or negative characteristic?
It's positive characteristic.
Positive, for sure, yeah. And can you remember such a book that you couldn't put down?
Yes, it was Fairy Tale of Ernst Goffman. And it's called Gold Pot, Золотой горшок.
Yes, you're right. Golden.
Absolutely lovely fairy tale. I always remember it with warm in my heart.
That's very good. Tell me, please, how many times have you reread it?
I have read it recently, and I yet, как сказать, нахожусь под впечатлением.
I'm still impressed.
Yes, I'm still impressed.
I'm still impressed. That's very good. Is it a big story? Is it a big fairy tale?
No, it isn't a big fairy tale, but it's absolutely charming fairy tale.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Ivan, we continue. Number 2 is for you.
Okay, sorry. What kind of book did you mean? I don't catch.
Can you repeat one more time?
Of course. I mean the book Золотой горшок in Russian, Ernst Goffman.
Okay, thank you.
It's available in the internet.
Okay. Okay. It is not masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
Masterpiece, but it's very readable. It is bad, I think, of course.
You think it's negative characteristic?
Yes, negative characteristic.
Why do you think so?
But if they're good books, we can say this is masterpiece.
But yeah, I understand you. But I think masterpiece is the greatest book ever. But when you see the words, it's very readable. It means она вполне читабельная, читаемая.
Yes, I understand. I understand. But I think you can say much more. Many books is readable. You can say. Because it is not good, I think.
Okay, let it be so. You think it's negative. Can you remember such a book that was very readable but not a masterpiece?
Maybe Metro 2033. 2033.
So, did you read it from the beginning till the end?
Yes, and I have read 2 parts next.
Okay, so maybe for you it was a masterpiece. What do you think?
Maybe, but I think this is not masterpiece. But I think it is readable books. It is interesting books. It is books for killing your time.
I see, I understand you. Thank you. And yes, the number 3 is just for you.
The main characters don't really develop, and some minor characters are very one-dimensional.
Dimensional.
Dimensional. Is a rather negative characteristic. Because
right.
Very boring book.
Yeah, that's right. So can you remember any books with such a description?
I don't read such books.
So you prefer more thought-provoking books, yeah? More, you prefer deeper books. When characters develop and there is some story and all the characters are very interesting, yeah?
Ну, не совсем так. Ну, more fashionable, как известно, famous.
More famous. Okay, I understand you. Thank you.
Is very good book.
I see. Ivan, number 4 is for you.
The first few chapters were such heavy going that I have gave up. I think it is not good and not bad characteristic. Because sometimes you need time to understand what about this book. And yes, and you need to try to give up first few chapters to understand this is book interesting for you or not.
Can I ask you, give up, what does it mean?
Ну, преодолеть, я так понимаю.
No, it's a different thing. Give up, it means to stop doing something. I think this changes all the picture, yeah?
Yes, it is. It has changed my answer.
So now I think it's not positive, it's mostly
yes,
negative,
not positive,
right?
yes. But I think that sentence means that you need to read the few chapters.
But yes, so I understand what you mean, but if it was about overcoming, преодоление, yes? It would
yes.
different words, yes. So here is gave up. And can you remember such a book? Maybe you started reading that, but then you understood that it was really heavy going.
Yes, it is. You mean gave up when I?
Yes, and you gave it up. You stopped reading.
Okay. For example, yes, I tried to read the book near the film Martian, and I read the first few chapters and gave up this book.
Okay, so it didn't take your attention, yeah, and you were not interested.
Yes, it is same for film. It is very same, and it is not interesting. I think it is just facts. What he doing, not what he was doing. Yes, not.
And can I ask you about the film?
Yes.
Did you like the film?
So. Is this film not bad? But I cannot say that it is a masterpiece.
Okay, I see. And do you like Matt Damon as an actor?
Yes, I like Matt Damon. I think it is a good actor, and I like a film with him and Leonardo DiCaprio. The name of I don't know how in English say it, but
you can say it in Russian.
Отступники.
Yes, you're right. Okay, thank you very much. Nadezhda, we continue with you?
Yes. It's a very simple story, but there is no real plot. Nobody seems to have a reason for doing what they do. I understand this phrase, this sentence, but I don't know what to answer.
So you can't understand if it's positive or negative.
I understand that it's negative characteristic, but I have no example.
You have no example.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ivan, maybe you have for number 5.
No, I don't have.
No.
any.
Yeah, I think it's really complicated description here. Maybe not every book can have such a description. Okay, thank you anyway, Ivan, and the last one is for you.
Okay, it is such a moving story. I could not stop thinking about it. Of course, it is positive characteristic.
Yeah, that's right.
For example, moving story. I don't have any example.
Sorry, when you see the word moving next to the story, how do you understand it? What do they mean here?
Moving story. I mean, this is трогательное.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Very emotional, yes, and it makes you feel different emotions. That's it.
Yes, maybe Хатико.
Yes, but did you read it, or maybe did you watch a movie?
I don't read and I don't watch movie because.
Oh, but you heard about that, I think, yeah?
Yes, because I think if I have watching this film, I was in blue, I think.
Yeah, you would be for sure, because you know I saw a lot of brutal guys and they told me, no, Julia, I will never cry, and nothing will make me cry. And when they watched this movie, they were absolutely, absolutely devastated, because there were so many emotions inside, and I could see tears from their eyes. And yeah, it's a really moving story. And maybe you read our Russian version. It was like Белый бим, черное ухо. Did you read this story?
No, I did not read this. Did not read this story, but I, in my young heart, I watched this film, and I remember that I was crying.
Yeah, that's true for sure. Nadezhda, can you remember any moving story?
Yes, of course. I remember the book which called The Stairs of Yakov by Lyudmila.
Okay.
Very moving story.
Why was it moving for you? What was so special and emotional about that?
Because it's based on real story, and it was a very tragic story, and it was the grandfather of Lyudmila Ulitskaya, which was very clever, talented, very smart man, and the government set him to the prison for many years. It was very sad.
Yeah, that's true. Do you really love stories, books based on real biographies?
I prefer this kind of books, but I love other books too.
Okay, I see, I get you. Thank you very much. Guys, now it's time for us to discuss the questions we have prepared for you. So here on the slide you can see 5 of them, and we do it the following way. It will be like Russian roulette. So when I say your name, you choose the question or your partner. Okay? For example, Nadezhda, you will be the first. Choose the question for Ivan, and he will answer, and then we will change. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go.
Ivan, how do you usually choose what books to read? Are you attracted to a book just by the cover or by the title?
Okay. So when I choose the book, I read the opinion about this book, and I seen in the rating of this book, and I think how many benefits this book can bring for me. And of course I choose the books by the title, not by the cover.
Okay,
but
thank you very much for the answer.
Okay, sorry, but I need to say that
Yes, sure,
sometimes cover is very important. of course, because the attractive cover get your attractive. Sorry for the this same words. It is important cover.
Okay, thank you. Ivan, now it's your turn. Choose the question for Nadezhda.
Okay, the first question is, do you usually read books for pleasure or information?
It's a little strange question, because when I give information from book, I give the pleasure.
So you are a foxy fox and you combine, yes, these two processes, pleasure and information.
Yeah.
Why not? It's very good. I think this is the way people should read books, like this. Okay, thank you. Nadezhda, we continue.
The third question for you, Ivan. Do you think people don't read enough books nowadays?
I don't think so, because I usually moving to my work in electric train, and I am very often seeing the people read the book in smartphone, in mobile device, and I think the people read the books, like the books, and I think it is enough.
Okay, thank you. Nadezhda, what do you think? Do you think people don't read enough?
No, I agree with Ivan. People read enough, I think.
Okay, thank you very much. Ivan, we continue.
Okay. I think the next question is, have you ever watched a film based on a book you had read, which was better and why?
Not based, but based. Yeah?
Based. Based, thank you.
I often watched films based on a book, and one of them is the film Chocolate, which based the same book. And of course, the book is much better than film, because, how Julia said, the book is much deeper, much interesting, and much better.
That's true. And tell me, please, do you sometimes have the opposite situation? You have seen a film and it was so moving and it attracted your attention so much, and after watching that, you want to read the book. Nadezhda, did you have such a situation?
Yes, it was one situation, but only one in all my life. It was the film The Lord of the Rings. Yes, and after the film, when I begin to read this book, I was very disappointed.
Oh, so you mean that the film was better than the book this time?
Yes, the film is better.
Okay, Ivan, did you read did you read the book or watch the movie?
I have the same situation that Nadezhda, and firstly I watched the first part of Lords of Rings, and it was very interesting for me, and I did not want to wait. Yes, to wait second parts, and I'm read the book Lord of Rings, and I don't agree with Nadezhda, because the book is much interesting than film, but I need to say that film is very good, very good.
Okay,
but
see.
Books for me it's much better.
Ivan, can I ask you, is it only about this film, or you are a big fan of fantasy genre?
I don't. I did not fan of fantasy genre. I'm not a fan of fantasy genre, but I like fantastic. I like fiction books, fiction film, and fantasy. It is fantasy. It is fantastic, and I like it. Of course.
Okay, I see. I get you. Thank you, Nadezhda. And I think question number 5 is no, Ivana. It will be for you.
Okay. Today I have finished the book. The name of book, how you can cost much more in your in marketing.
Very
Advertisement.
nice. This book has a special title. It's called somehow self-help books.
Yes. Yes.
And I would like to know your opinion. Did you read it because somebody recommended it to you and said, "Oh, you can get some good results after reading that," or you, in general, you think that such books can help people develop or maybe become better? What do you think?
Okay, I am trying to explain. When I choose the book, I think how much benefit this book can bring for me. And this book did not have, I did not have much benefit from this book because I think it is, I am waiting much better.
Not waiting, but expecting.
Oh, yes, expected. Yes.
Expected much more.
I expected much more from this book, and this is my answer.
Okay, and there is one more question here. Do you recommend to read it, or it's only for people who are into marketing and they need to, I don't know, understand something or go deeper?
If this is your first step in this subject, you can read this book. It's I think this is a helpful book for first step.
Okay.
But if you have some experience in this subject, I think you need to I think you need to find other book.
Okay, I see. And have you already found another book? Because as far as I understand, you are not totally satisfied with these books.
No, today I have started the new book, other subject. But helpful, I think, book. This book's name. Я не знаю, как сказать на английском.
You can say it in Russian. It's not necessary to translate all of them.
Окей. Выйди из зоны комфорта. Пошли все к черту, выйди из зоны комфорта. Что-то типа такого. Бери и делай.
I see. Very good. So, tell me, please, why do you need all these books? Do you feel that there is a lack of some skills inside of you?
Lack? Sorry.
Lack, it means недостаток. So something that maybe you need something more, and that's why you try to find some help in books.
I try to find. Better way for realization my idea.
Okay.
I have many ideas for realization, and I try to find better way.
Better way. And what are your expectations about this second book? Do you think you will like it and it will be helpful?
I think it will be helpful. I think.
That's very good, thank you. Nadezhda, can you answer question number 5 as well? It's interesting to know about your last book.
Yes, of course I can. The last book which I read was the book of young Czech writer, and it called "Победи прокрастинацию."
Okay. So what type of book is it?
Sorry, what is name of book?
Nadezhda, if it's not a problem for you, can you type the name in our chat? Can you do that?
А как тут писать?
У вас слева есть иконочка, вторая сверху, зелененькая, да? Нет, не вторая, первая, чат называется.
First, blue.
the first blue icon is chat, and if you press it, the chat will appear on the right. Okay. Ivan, can you see that?
Yes, yes.
Okay, brilliant. So, Nadezhda, can you tell us a little bit more about the book?
Okay. This author describe our social problems. He described why we delay all the all the questions,
All our things to do, yeah?
all things to do, right? And it's quite interesting because all of this in our brain, and it's from the early epoch, ну, в общем, с предыдущих эпох у нас мозгу осталось.
From previous epochs.
Yes, epochs. And it's not only our behavior, our воспитание, it's just physiology. And it learns how to improve time management, how to improve your life, how to begin to live more насыщенной жизнь.
More fulfilled life, yeah? Fulfilled.
Yes. And the book contains several hundred pages, and it was so interesting to read. And I read it without stopping in buses and transports, in my work. I couldn't stop reading it. And I advise to read this book to you, absolutely.
Thank you very much. Tell me, please, is this book for young people, for teenagers? I think, of course, it's not for children, or maybe I'm wrong. What do you think?
I think it's from young people to old people.
For old people. Very good. Okay, thank you very much for your recommendation. Guys, I want to show you the last page of our presentation, and it's for you. If you have some time, you can do a kind of homework. Here we prepared some links for you. You can follow them, and just to practice the vocabulary or maybe some phrases connected with book's topic. Okay? If you have some time, it's just for you. It's our help. So we think that it will be good training and good practice for you. As for us for today, I think that's all. And if you don't have any questions, then I would like to thank you for your participation and for your time. I was really glad to know you. You are new people for me. And I really hope to see you next time.
Okay, thank you for your lesson.
You are welcome very much. And you are always welcome here in our speaking clubs. So I wish you a very nice evening and see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.